John Wick has deleted scenes from The Sum of All Fears on his phone. They left him for dead. Even he left himself for dead. But then he didn't die. Therefore, this movie. Most subtle title screen ever. I mean, if I'm walking in blind, that could be the director's name, or the lead actor's name, or a production logo. Is it just me, or could this scene serve as the darkest Gillette advertisement ever? She hated my beard, so now I'll shave it for her ghost. Pretty sure Bridget Moynahan is playing a dead character in this movie, and will only appear in brief flashbacks like this one. And I can't help but wonder if that's a good gig, or a gig you get when you're washed up. John's wife collapses and then dies in the hospital, despite the movie never telling me what's wrong with her. I suppose I'm left to guess. I'll go with diphtheria? No? If J.J. Abrams had directed this, I'd be feeling all the emotions right now. As it is, I'm mostly just feeling nothing. Every umbrella at a funeral is black cliché. Also, it's a funeral, so of course it's raining cliché. I mean, all we're missing here is an Evanescence song, right? Movie will make Wick seem like a total loner, but at the same time, this many people came to his wife's wake. That's a lot of people. Yep, someone shipped him a dog.
John, I'm sorry I can't be there for you, but you still need someone to love.
Apparently this chick had in her will that a dog would be purchased and sent to her husband, along with this letter, and all that would be kept secret from her husband until it happened. I'm just super confused, man. I mean, what animal shelter offers this service? We'll deliver a stray to someone that didn't ask for it, and we'll also deliver a sad letter from a dead loved one, only $59.99. Meanwhile, while John cries, this poor puppy has peed his carrier like 3 times and is ashamed. MacGuffin the plot dog. Oh, what a good boy. I'm taking off a sin for this goddamn good boy. Oh wow, 6 a.m. The puppy woke him up at the same time his normal morning alarm goes off? What are the odds? Milk and cereal for a dog. Granted, he wasn't expecting a dog last night, so maybe he doesn't have anything on hand. Okay, but you still don't feed a dog milk and cereal in that instance, right? I mean, I feel like this is what Pee Wee Herman does, not a real person. Also, who ships a dog to some unsuspecting person without also shipping some goddamn puppy chow? Maybe if you don't take your new dog with you on your car ride, he doesn't die. You ever think about that? Yep, the entire movie is going to hinge on the coincidence of these gangsters randomly stopping at the same gas station as John Wick and Theon having a hard-on for f***ing with strangers. The stages of grief are denial, anger, stunt driving, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. They killed his dog? What the f***? These guys are worse than actual Theon. Oh wait, Theon burned kids alive. Never mind. Forget what I just said, but this is still f***ed up. Also, the easiest way to get the audience on your protagonist's side is to have the bad guys kill his dog. Works even faster than killing a wife or a kid. Doing this instead of just killing him. I mean, you broke into his house, you killed his dog, you're stealing his car. Why leave him alive? There's no good reason I can think of except a movie needs to happen. Also, who wants a car this badly? You want the car, so instead of just stealing it, you break into the owner's home, kill his dog, beat his ass, but leave him alive, then steal the car? This plan was created by one of the horrible boss's characters, right? If you are this sad about your new dog being killed, don't f***ing hold it up to your face and pet it like Buffalo Bill. Bury that and go on a revenge tear like a normal human. Oh, Keanu just realized he's being filmed. Run! Movie has Keanu ride and dismount a city bus without any overt speed references. I give the movie props for restraint, even while I sin it for that same restraint. What?
Yosef Tarasov nicked it. Vigo's son.
As it happens, John Wick actually already knows the father of the f***er who killed his dog. Considering he bumped into that dude at a gas station just before the attack, that's a massive coincidence. John Wick lost his Mustang but borrows a Chevelle. And before all is said and done, I bet he also drives a Charger for the American muscle car trifecta.
I heard you struck my son.
Poor Alfie Allen just has a face that screams needs his daddy to fight his battles for him. Oh, Vigo employs the Allstate Mayhem guy, which can only lead to mayhem.
It's not what you did, son, that angers me so. It's who you did it to.
Who? The nobody?
That nobody is John Wick.
If you know John Wick by sight, and you know him to be a danger, and your chop shop guy knows him by sight, shouldn't your f***ing son know John Wick by sight too? John Wick gave up his old killer lifestyle, but only so much as to bury it under the basement floor in case of emergency. It takes John so many sledgehammer swings to get into this floor thing, I'm left wondering why he didn't just buy a f***ing safe.
Father, I can make this right.
It's amazing how much of this guy's dialogue could literally be replaced with Theon dialogue from Game of Thrones without anyone noticing. Thankfully, the father of the guy that killed John Wick's dog has John Wick's home landline number in his Rolodex. John Wick is the kind of man that showers and dresses in all black before exacting his revenge, because he's a cinematic motherfucker, y'all. This house is made of 75% glass. These bad guys apparently didn't hear any of the gunshots in the other room from the previous scene. Movie assassins always wear suits, which look great, but isn't very practical. Real assassins probably wear sweatpants. They're much easier to move in.
I'll leave you be then. Good night, John.
Good night, Jimmy.
Thankfully for John, he has an unexplained understanding with this local cop, wherein dead bodies on John's floor will be ignored so long as John remembers to get Jimmy 50-yard line seats for the next Raiders game or some. Here's Willem Dafoe making a veggie drink. Good for him for being healthy. this movie, though, for thinking I give a shit about this character's diet. Movie expects me to believe there are hitman offices inside New York City's famed Flatiron Building, in addition to the Daily Bugle operations. How much data do you think John Wick has paid for watching his dead wife videos over and over? I bet he gets throttled near the end of every single month. Movie joins in solidarity with Breaking Bad in insisting evil crime people do most of their business in dry cleaning facilities.
Hello, Winston.
This movie's Ian McShane character is excessively older Andy Garcia for some reason. Not gonna lie, John Wick's gear up for a fight scene is as good as any gear up for a fight scene ever filmed. I'll remove a sin. This club is expecting John Wick. The club knows a super assassin is coming here to f*** shit up, and it still stayed open. Like, how much money are you making nightly for this to be a logical decision? Just close the club and fill it with all the henchmen you have. Give John Wick a fight, right? Instead, the club is all, I need those extra dollars, yo, so we shall hash this out on the dance floor among drunk college students.
The typical deal. 20 kilogramów.
Do stylized subtitles make a movie better or worse? Discuss. What kind of nightclub has showers and locker rooms? Are you telling me this is actually a sex club? Fine. What kind of whorehouse has showers and locker rooms? Murder in a reflection apparently makes no noise whatsoever. Or else this vain guy is also deaf. Sink drowning, though I'm actually sinning this scene for the fact that the victim thankfully filled this sink to the goddamn brim before Wick showed up, creating his own death pool. He's already in the club, killed a dude, and is down in the bathhouse, but I'm shitty at surveillance, so the answer to your question is no. This is awesome and cool, but still, he wastes time shooting this asshole in the chest 3 times before shooting him in the head. John Wick is a bullet waster, I'm sorry to say. Deadpool will be proud. For a few seconds, John Wick turns into a goddamn stormtrooper. Club music is so loud, folks can't even hear dance floor gunshots. Honest question. How many highly trained henchmen willing to die for the boss's kid over murdering the world's greatest hitman's dog does this crime family actually have? Imagine the payroll. They have to be a billion-dollar enterprise. That's f***ing El Chapo money. If you're gonna headshot this dude, why waste the time to do the beard grab, head slam bull? Is it just for show? I think it's just for show. Wick gets his f***ing ass kicked by a random club henchman. Wick survives this, fine. He survives it without major spine damage, f*** you in the ear movie. Sniper turns out to be helping John by alerting him to the female assassin by shooting his pillow. And yeah, shooting the pillow is a pretty good I need to warn you now but don't have the time to call you signal. But what would be even better would be to shoot and kill this assassin chick as she's entering the room. Am I wrong? I really don't think I'm wrong here. How many rings does it take before this concierge actually takes any action? Priest cursing. John Wick is up here on the not that high roof watching these fools do an execution. My question is, aren't there tons of roofs and windows where non-John Wickian people might see the headshot execution committed in broad daylight? That pillow legit did nothing to quiet that gunshot. That was loud as hell. This doesn't incapacitate John Wick long enough for him to be killed, somehow. This is the main bad guy, and Wick is right here, and yet we're still 35 minutes from the end, which means some kind of a miracle is going to happen to keep Wick from getting to this guy. These guys don't double tap Wick right the f*** now, for some reason, aka revenge, aka screenwriter's discretion. Oh, they're going to torture him. First of all, good luck with that. Second of all, for what reason or information? What does Wick know that you want to get out of him? He wants to kill you because your outfit killed his dog. That's pretty much it. What does torturing him gain you?
People don't change. You know that.
Unless their wife dies and someone kills their puppy. Those folks might change just a little bit, no?
Which is why God took your wife.
Whoa, dude. Multiple party fouls here. Bringing up the dead wife, suggesting God took her for John's misdeeds, suggesting God exists.
I received some semblance of hope. An opportunity to grieve unalone.
He's talking about a dog, though, just FYI. Of all the f***ing ways to kill a dude, these henchmen go with the freezer bag over the head for suffocation method, which is not only known to be a long method of murder, but also carries the added weight of tainting the Ziploc name. Oh, and giving the hero time to escape. Good thing the boss man left before all this, am I right? Willem Dafoe Ex Machina. Also, Helpful Sniper only snipes one of the bad guys, giving us this fight that is largely unnecessary regardless of how cool it might seem. Let's have a badass hand-to-hand fight like those Jason Bourne movies, right down to the choke-out ending, but let's make ours slightly worse in every way. Brilliant! 3 dudes killed in the last 10 seconds, yet these henchmen are still loyal to Theon, because I have no idea. I'd have cut and run ages ago. Natural ending will be bypassed for a longer, more drawn-out, and unnecessary ending, because movie. Using your smartphone while driving. John Wick just accidentally created a PSA.
I appreciate you granted my son a swift death.
I won't know how to reply to that either.
Well, give him a chance. Sudden Willem Dafoe is being tortured scene is sudden.
My son will be still alive!
This scene is shooting holes in my Willem Dafoe evil prediction, so I don't like it. 2 shots to kill him, then 3 to 4 shots for spite. All this time, he's been listening to the bad guy taunt him and kill people, but only after the death of what's-his-name does John Wick violently jerk the car around in a 180. Okay, yeah, you got this car for free and but still, leaving it unattended with the keys inside anywhere in New York City is basically Tug Speedman levels of stupid.
We live
live by a code.
Based on the actions of literally everyone, they obviously do not live by any code whatsoever. Thank God that mysterious guy called and told Wick the word helipad, and thank God he knew exactly which one of NYC's many dozens of helipads to go to after such news, and he was given a free hot rod so that we could finally have a finale and end this thing. It's amazing how much of this hand-to-hand and gun badass movie spends its finale focusing on driving skills.
Gun, who's got a gun?
Asks the main henchman of the main bad guy, who should be fired immediately for such a lack of situational preparedness. None of these machine guns firing at Wick's car appear to do any good whatsoever. They don't stop the car, they don't hit Wick, and why haven't they shot out his tires yet?
Russian sucker.
USA! USA! It's Neo versus the All-State Mayhem guy! You have 5 seconds to place your bets, and I hope you use common sense. Wick kills a dude with the car, but his lack of spatial awareness is astounding. Holy shit levels of bullshit. Oh my god, is it raining? Since when?
No more bullets!
No more bullets.
Let's let fisticuffs decide this, especially since you're 60 years old and shit. Wick takes more than 5 seconds to eliminate this geriatric bad guy. John Wick, aka Jesus, aka Neo, aka
Be seeing you, John.
The great thing is, Vigo's death and the collapse of his criminal empire will result in a power vacuum. Also, that would probably lead to a gang war. A lot more people are about to die. Because, I guess he wants medicine, Wick breaks into an animal hospital at the end of the movie. Mostly so he can find a dog that's about to be euthanized so he can save it and make all the animal lovers in the audience forget his other puppy's traumatic death.
It's an agent! Everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me!
Then put your little hand in mine.
John, I'm sorry I can't be there for you. But you still need something, someone to love.
Anybody find me somebody to love?
You can save money and be better protected from mayhem.
Avenge me.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that.